So these are solving some of the tougher types of quadratics. This will help us get through exercise 11F. Could be a couple of periods worth, I would have thought. So this one here we're going to start with, and their first rule is the way we solve quadratic equations is we get everything over to the one side. So the first thing I'm going to do is take away 3x from both sides, and then I'm going to take away 10 from both sides. So I hope you see them what I've done there. So taking away the 3x from both sides, so that takes this over to here, and take away the 10, that takes this over to here. So that's my next line here. Then I'm looking for two numbers. I've kind of ruined the surprise here. You can see the answers, but I'm looking for two numbers that multiply to give minus 10, and the same two numbers add to give minus 3. So they has to be minus 5 and 2. That means, again, our way of solving our quadratics is that either x minus 5 equals 0 or x plus 2 equals 0, and that means that x is 5 or x is minus 2. Again, if you sub any of those numbers in, that will work. Take a wee look at this one. Try 5, for example. 5 squared is 25 equals 3 times 5, which is 15 plus 10. So 5 is one of the two numbers in that works in for this. Let's take a look at example 2. Same again, we need to get everything over to the one side. It makes your life much easier if you make the x squared bit positive. So I'm going to take everything over then to this side. Adding x squared to both sides, I get x squared. Taking 8x from both sides, I get minus 8x plus 15 equals 0. And now I hope most of you remember what to do. So we need two numbers that multiply together to give 15, and the same two numbers add together to give minus 8. If they add to give a minus and multiply to give a positive, the only option is if they're both negative. You can't get, any with positives out of that. So it's going to be x minus 3 and x minus 5. Same as above now, so that means either x minus 3 equals 0 or x minus 5 equals 0. That means x is 3 or x is 5. And we found the only two numbers in the whole wide world that will make this or this or this equation work. It's 3 and 5. On to the third example. 6x squared plus 18x plus 12 equals 0. So these are going to help us answer the questions from questions 21 to 28, or of this format here. So we've never seen one like this before. Anytime we've dealt with them, it's been a 1x squared. But what we can do is divide through everything by 6. If we divide this by 6, we get x squared. This by 6, 3x. This by 6, we get 2. We divide 0 by 6, we get 0. We're looking for two numbers that multiply together to give 2, and the same two numbers add to give 3. It's one of those easy hard ones. X plus 1 and x plus 2. That means x plus 1 equals 0 or x plus 2 equals 0. That means x is minus 1 or x is minus 2. The only two numbers in the whole wide world that will make this or this or this equation work are these two here. Again, you can try any of those and they will work. Also, no other numbers will work. Final example then is a bit of a mixture of two. This looks like we've nearly done it, but annoyingly we haven't. We need to multiply this out, get everything to the one side, and then solve them from there. So there's a wee bit of work to do here. First, x times x is x squared, outer, plus 3x, inner, plus 2x, plus 6, equals 56. And as I said back up at the top, the way we solve quadratic equations is to get everything over to the one side. So I'm going to simplify these two terms, and then I'm going to take away 56 from both sides. So that's going to be x squared plus 5x. Those two terms join together. Taking away 56 from both sides gives me minus 50 equals 0. I need two numbers that multiply that give me minus 50, and the same two numbers add to give me 5. So you're looking for factors of 50. Again, one has to be positive, one has to be negative, and they kind of cancel each other out to get 5, I always tend to think. So they are going to be then x plus 10 and x minus 5. We're nearly there. The way we work it is then that means x plus 10 equals 0 or x minus 5 equals 0. That means x is minus 10, or that means x is 5. Sorry, losing the line here. X equals 5. Again, if you sub in minus 10 into here, it will give you, this bit will give you 56. If you sub it into here, it'll give you 56, and so on. Sub it into here, it'll give you 0. These are the two numbers in that make this work.